Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Mina every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. And thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Jaidev joins me in this session. Welcome, Jaidev.
Good evening to all the viewers once again. And yesterday's session was indeed very special because we had a lot of faithful Candid Meena family joining in yesterday to celebrate our second year anniversary, and also our dear friends like Anuradha, Sangeeta, Nisha, and many others. Meera also joining in and giving congratulating us and the success of this channel. And it's really because of you people, your encouragement and your feedback on our news, which helps us improve ourselves and help us propel forward. Yeah.
So, friends, today this is the latest cartoon. I'm sure if you look closely, you'll know who we're talking about, and also who the person at the table is. So this is the latest toon tale done today. So I wanted to share it with you because some of you really seem to appreciate it, and I hope this is a cartoon that you would like. Meanwhile, let's also go to the breaking news. The breaking news is that an FIR is registered against actor Ranveer for obscene photos under Section 292, 293, 509 of IPC, 67A of the IT Act 2000 in Chembur Police Station of Mumbai. He has no option but run for anticipatory bail, as Section 67A is a non-bailable offense. It's a cyber crime. So it looks like nobody is very happy with this man's act. And of course, it was his quick way of trying to garner some attention, because nothing seems to be working in his favor. In fact, it's said that anyone who gets connected to Deepika Padukone suffers a backlash. And it is like, in history, you see that every man who is associated with her has had some sort of a, downfall. So this guy just seems to be facing it as well. Yeah, back to you, Jaidev.
Yeah, so Deepika Padukone is like Bhasmasuran. So if you know the story of Bhasmasuran, you can easily relate to Deepika Padukone, and especially with her past relationships with Vijay Malaya's son, Siddharth Malaya. He also suffered a lot. And then you had with Dhoni, I believe she had a relationship, and he had a very bad innings in that particular cricket series. So, and now Ranveer is desperately trying to survive, and by doing anything which is possible, and trying to remain in the limelight. So yeah, so coming to the
Imani
next
says, Imani says, love the cartoon, this Dane. So thank you for that. Yeah.
Yeah, so coming to the main piece of news is we have a bit of an update, I would say, with regards to the SSR case, and it's with regards to the NCB, and a 23-year-old accused in a case related to Sushant Singh Rajput has been permitted by a special court to go to UK for a year for his further studies in a university from September onwards. Abdul Parihar said in his plea before the court that he is an architect, having completed his course from Rizvi Education Society's College of Architecture, and is a registered professional. He further said that he had applied for a course titled MSc Project Management and an offer letter from the university. Parihar had sought that his passport be released for the purpose, as he intends to pursue education at the university. His advocate had argued that the right to travel abroad and the right to practice any profession are the rights recognized by the Constitution of India. He also told the court that Parikar undertakes to attend the court as and when summoned. Special Judge V.V. Patel under the NDPS Act said in his order that on perusal of documents, it is clear that the applicant intends to join the university for education purposes as claimed by him. The court said further that the applicant is a young man of 23 years having a degree of an architect. He intends to accept the offer of a university for his further study, it noted. In such circumstances, the court said the application is liable to be allowed with certain conditions. Another accused, Ankush Arneja, a co-accused of Parihar, was permitted by another court to travel to USA for over 1 month period for educational purposes. So, what is happening in our country? That people are being allowed to they are
Travel
permitting
despite,
people to
yeah,
travel
despite,
outside the country.
yeah.
So, what's happening?
See, unless the judicial system is tight, nothing can happen. That has changed because I think now they've taken quite a few judges, new judges. Let us see if the judicial system also, falls in line. So, meanwhile, I think Jaideep, we can take some comments as well. Pooja says, I don't want to support Nepo actor Ranveer film. Boycott Bollywood. Absolutely. Himani says, winner of the International Iconic Best Actor Award of 2022. Replace it with Best Nudist Award for Ranveer.
Well said, Himani.
Should we call him from now on Nanguir Singh? That's Rinky. Maybe take some more comments as well, Jaideep. Meera?
Hope Ranveer Singh is penalized for his atrocious dress sense too. Yes, Meera. He should go to mental hospital. Very proud to connect to you both, Meena and Jaideep. I see to it that I don't miss your sessions at all. Thanks, Nanda. Hi, Himani. So Karthik says, joke of all, Lambu will celebrate 75 years of independence on his KBC. And who's the chief guest? The Deshtrohi Amir Khan. I'm shocked that this Amir is a Padma Bhushan. Yes.
Yeah, but in the time of Sonia Gandhi, everybody was getting, the cook, the driver, everybody who did any work for the Gandhi dynasty were given all these Padma Shris and Padma Bhushans. So don't be surprised. Even Teesta Salwan got this thing. I don't know whether it was a Padma Shri or whatever.
Hi, Zoya. The bearing all by the madcap Ranveer runs the risk of triggering other Bollywood madcaps to follow suit. Imagine our plight then. Yes. I mean, many small actors has also followed his suit, by posing naked. So yes, Savitri. On Sushant's second death anniversary, Ria took to Instagram with throwback photographs.
Yeah. In fact, that's what we are showing you next. So here, meanwhile, it looks like a jittery Ria Chakravarti posts a picture of herself and quotes a famous line by American poet and activist Amanda Gorman and wrote, "There is always light if only we are brave enough to see it, if only we are brave enough to be it." Now, I don't understand what makes her feel, that she is brave, and what makes her feel that she's fought a battle. When you yourself are the one who instigated the whole thing, how come you are the you're the protagonist of the whole story? They conveniently change it to them becoming the victim of the whole script, just because a few moneyed corrupt people are backing her.
Don't forget
that our SSR has single-handedly made his so-called competition strip off their clothes for money. That's the act of karma. That way, Ranveer is no different from Urfi Javed. Yes. I don't know how his wife Deepika allowed her shameless husband to do this. Marjorie, if you actually look at her pictures, they're worse. If you look at the earlier pictures before her marriage, you'll find that they are even worse. Good evening, Rekha. Savitri is asking, what is the latest in the Irani case. Like we told you yesterday, the Inc. channel, which is the Congress channel, has put out details about how one of the company owners of Zubin Irani, a company owned by Zubin Irani and his son, Zohar, has an individual's name which is linked to a beverage company opened in Goa, which has the same address as the Silly Soul Cafe or restaurant and bar. And it's the same address as the deceased owner. So there seems to be something very fishy here. And let's see how she, either explains herself or says that this is false. So this is where it has, ended. And she said a 24-hour notice for them to, clarify. We don't know. It's not in the news, so we don't know whether they will also compromise. We don't know. Politicians are that way as well. So let us look at what these two people are going to do, and then we can, come to some sort of a conclusion. Deepika is no less. Yes, she's a drug addict. Her father was such a noble person. Udaya.
Hi, Udaya.
Welcome. Ma'am Smriti sucks. Seems she's a minister to only her daughter, Zoish, her blue-eyed baby. Praises her for her 80-something board results. Defends her beauty. If someone says anything about her looks, yes. Here, Himani, see, what I'd like to say is that, see, what you said is right. We were watching alternate media, and we found it very strange, all of them praising, this lady so much. So I've seen that certain people are going out of their way to protect her, despite knowing whether there is truth or not to the story. So that is not news. That is what do you say? Something similar to paid news. When you cite someone who you have not, it's not proved yet whether it's right or wrong, and you still cite them. That means there's something more to it. Veena, Deepika is worst even after marriage. Who can forget Gehraiya? Yes. Count the days gutterwood. You will start stripping, and the time will come. Even the most die-hard pervert will be put off by your naked body. In fact, there was another, posted by Saif's daughter. What's her name? Sarah. Yes, Sarah. And she's coming out of the gym again, barely wearing anything, and her father seems very proud of her. And I don't know why then these people support the burqa, veil, and all that. I mean, then you should be also wearing it, isn't it? Follow the rules. I mean, if you're coming from a certain community, cover yourself well. It looks good. ED went to Partha Chatterjee's associate's house and found cash of 22 crores in her house. And he was also investigated by ED. In fact, they also found a diary with all the details, in this woman's house. And Ankita, I think Ankita is it. Yes. And also you can find photographs of them cuddling with each other. So that, I'm sure, is another honey trap.
But he's having a good time with in the hospital, I guess.
No, but he's now out he's in the ED's charge. Meera says, I'm pretty sure Smriti and Congress will do something behind the scenes, a negotiation, and the matter will be buried. But yeah, because see, Meera, now it is moving to a more serious note, because the Congress is very clearly accusing her of, something very grave, saying that though your name may not be on this thing, it could be, you're behind the scenes, and you will have to explain that. So now they're taking it on a serious line, and if Smriti wants to cover herself, they may reach a compromise. Let's see how it goes. But public is watching it very carefully, because we want to know. Because every time Modi ji goes around saying that, see, we want a very clean environment, clean Swachh Bharat and all that. And if one of his ministers is playing around like this, then of course he will tell her to leave, because he's not going to tolerate all this nonsense. He's removed a lot of ministers who he considered were weak. So we know so many. There were people like Rudy and so many people were removed because they were considered weak. So he will do the rightful. Let's see what this woman and this Congress people do. Zoish has been lucky for a political career. Indeed, she is running a bar in Silly Souls that serves beef, pork, and alcohol under the non-renewed license, and has a video of hers in the place. In fact, what this channel also says is that she has quite a few establishments there, and her husband also has I think, a nail spa there, and they have houses there. So there seems to be something, it's leading in a direction where I don't think Ms. Smriti can wriggle out if she is involved in it, because now clearly the names of their partners have come out. And when her husband is involved with this man, who they're saying, is a part of the beverage company, and the address is the same as Silly Soul Cafe, then there is certainly something hanky-panky about it. And they have to clarify the air. And I don't think people like Savio can rescue anybody. So I think a lot of the efforts by Savio is just going waste, because they have to clarify what's wrong. Instead of Deepveer, now we can call them Nangu Dip. Why Ranveer, his wife Deepika, did even worse? Yes, vulgar display. Gehraiya. Read someplace and found interesting. It says SSR almost never wore collar t-shirts, but the day he was found dead, he had one. Even in searching all SSR pictures, he has regular t-shirts. Zoya, we all know the kind of circumstances that SSR died in. There were many things that were done to his body, tampered. They tampered with his body. They did makeup. They did a lot of things to cover up the wounds. And the makeup man was also there. So there's something very, very wrong here. And we all know that we can't find out, because the evidence was all wiped out by the police who were controlled by the Mahavikas Aghadi, mainly Shiv Sena. So if you don't have proof within the first 48 hours, then it's very difficult. But what happened was, there were other things that were coming up, and public were very alert, and a lot of things came up, and finally we could put the things, piece the things together. So that's why we feel we are at an advantage. And also I've noticed that the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Eknath Shinde, is working very fast on things. He's working on colleges. He's working on. He said that he's going to get rid of all the potholed roads within a year or so. So he's working on a fast mode. So let us hope that this will also be given top priority. Swati, good evening, Swati.
Hi, Swati.
Yeah. Karthik, Minaji heard today that Surya Putra won the 5 awards because Surya's manager is in the national awards panel. Need to confirm. Oh, that is a very grave allegation. Let's check that out, Karthik. Okay. Hey, Meena and Jay, they're talking about Lal Singh Chadda promotion. Amir had come to Hyderabad and Chiranjeevi was all for him. I really don't understand why South Indian stars stoop to this level. Now here, Tripura, I would like to tell you that it was more than a year or back that a delegation of Bollywood went to visit all these Telugu artists with the help of certain politicians. And one of them was a BJP politician as well. So the people who went there to, visit clearly was Hrithik Roshan, Nadia, what's his name? Sajid Nadiadwala. And obviously they went to discuss something very grave. And I'm sure it was connected with boycott Bollywood and the fact that they are not making any money. And their money is connected to something more serious, which is also drug related. Because Bollywood, as we know, is very closely related to drugs. And this was something that Samir Wankhede was exposing, and that's why he was removed. And, the main people behind it, of course, was Nawab Malik, because his son-in-law was also caught in it. So there was a lot of, things that happened quite some time back. This is not new. And perhaps now, Chiranjeevi and all of them are being offered large sums of money. So I think that's what is happening, because yesterday one of the viewers also said the Telugu industry is facing a lot of drug problem now. Smriti is completely exposed, yes. ED has found jewelry worth 77 lakhs and properties papers in Partha Chatterjee's house. Sara Ali such never wears beyond her undergarments. She wears them just even for family shows. Disgusting, yes. Ma'am, it's Arpita. Yes, Arpita Chatterjee, sorry. On a funny note, I just saw a news somewhere in Madhya Pradesh. They put up a big charity box. Yes, I saw that, Veena, with Ranveer's nude pic asking for donation of clothes. Hilarious. How can father even stand with her after knowing that his daughter has compromised so much for her career? She had photos with some Dubai people who are from underworld. Now here, RP, I would like to say something. See, in this Coffee with Karan show, the kind of questions that are asked, usually some years back would have never been asked to single women. Okay. So questions like, would you have sex with your ex-boyfriend? And you know what Sara Ali's answer? She said yes. So who are we talking about? This is all for them nothing. This is just, means of climbing up the ladder. The faster you go.
And one more thing I would like to add is that you have these actresses like Sara Ali Khan, then you have Ananya Pandey, then you have people like that girl with Tiger Shroff's girlfriend Disha Patani,
Yeah.
and they wear very skimpy clothes, almost close to nothing. And the main reason is that they are being advised by someone very powerful in the industry that you have to wear such and such
people
clothes
like Karan Johar,
to
people like
gain
Karan Johar, yes, who are the stylists
to gain
and the
attention.
people beside,
And
yes.
and these after wearing these very very short clothes, they are these videos are put in small video formats like Facebook videos,
Shots. Yeah.
YouTube shorts, Instagram shorts, and thereby gathering the I would say not positive attention from the male audience, but rather like the creepy attention from the male
Yeah.
audience, and thereby garnering views and
Yeah.
comments.
In fact, Jaidev, see, if you look at
Yeah,
the Instagrams of people like Mauni Roy or Urvashi Rothela, it's, the kind of responses they get is, hey, we want to be your boyfriend. We want to do this. We want to do that. So that's the kind of attention they get. They don't get. And then, of course, they have their colleagues who will say, pat my back, you pat my back. So it's just a mutual thing that they do.
and also one more very important this thing in development which I found is that you have certain gambling apps like Rummy, and you have certain Bollywood celebrities endorsing, these gambling apps,
Yes.
and
Yes.
which is very dangerous for the youth because
Yeah.
they
It's
will feel
addictive.
that it is a very addictive, and they will think it's a very easy way of making money
No, in
just over a
fact,
few hours.
no, in fact, that is the line. They say that you'll become rich easily.
Right. And so, and not only that, certain at young girls at a very impressionable age, they try to sort of dress like these people,
Yeah, they consider them models.
and this
In
happens
fact,
very much in the
yeah,
urban
yeah,
cities.
yes. In fact, at a party very, somewhere close to my house, these teenagers, I was watching them when they came for the party. All of them were wearing only these tube dresses, and which barely come up to your hips. And they come with their boyfriends, they kiss, they do everything. And they have no qualms because this is what Bollywood does, or this is what Tollywood does, or what you say Mollywood does. This is the film field for you. Yeah. Karthik says, if things go bad for Smriti, BJP will dump her. Nothing will be compromised for 2024. Never liked trusted Smriti since she is very close to Ekta Kapoor. Welcome, Shrestha. Good
Hi,
morning. Watching
Romana.
from Guyana. Oh, very interesting. Welcome, Romana. This Samir Thakkar, who accused Samir Sir without any proof, is supporting Smriti Irani despite all the proofs. Hypocrite. In fact, Shilpa, when I questioned him about Samir Wankare, he blocked me. And then after some time on Twitter, and then after some time now, he's unblocked me, which means he's very curious to know what we are up to. So it's good. We are newsworthy, and from us, he gets the news that he wants, whatever side he is on. And, see, one thing is clear, Shilpa. You see, they will lick the boots of people who will put them in power. It's very obvious. He's been doing that with a lot of other people as well. So it's not, for quite some time, he's been behind this lady. Chalet. And also here, on that note, I'd like to tell you, Shilpa, that Priyanka Chaturvedi, who normally criticizes everybody under the sky, said, please do not accuse Smriti's daughter because everybody has daughters. So Shiv Sena is for Smriti Irani. That is very strange, isn't it? Okay, so that's Bollywood kind of tactics. Or is Priyanka losing out on Shiv Sena and planning to move to BJP under Smriti? Is also something that could be, happening. Welcome, Chalet. It's high time Irani and other ministers from all. I didn't get you, Ricky. Many a BJP itself may not like Smriti, hence we don't know if they have worked against her. Earlier, Karthik, when she just joined the ministry, she was reported to have thrown files at her juniors, in anger. All that has been curtailed. Then there was a time when Ekta Kapoor had a problem because her serials, she had to pay a heavy amount to Doordarshan for her serials. And they were going to, they were troubling her. And at that time, I think there was help. So a lot of things happening. So welcome, newbie. Yes, parties get exposed. Absolutely. Welcome, Nitin. We missed you yesterday. Congratulations and for completing 2 years in serving true information. Thank you, Nitin. Meera, agree. Maybe many within the party who want to clip her wings. I don't think you need to clip her wings. She's now on a horse, racing fast. Welcome, Metal. Welcome, Musha. Meera, in Tamil it said, pinching the baby and rocking the cradle. Smriti's issue is an inside job, I feel. Okay. Yeah. So moving on to the next piece of news with regards to Shamshera. The Shamshera box office estimate, day 2, the show is being reduced as film heads towards a flop. Collects rupees 10.25 crores. 10.25 crores on Saturday. It's all over for Shamshera as the Ranveer film failed to show any growth at the box office on its second day. According to early estimates, it was a flat day for this period drama, with collections falling in the range of 9.8 to 10.6 crores. With this, the 2-day total of the YRF Yash Chopra films production stands at 20.60 crores. Films usually gain on Saturday, but Shamshera has been flat, which suggests that it's going to be curtains down for the film at box office. There will be a jump in collections on Sunday, as Shamshera is a mass film, but that won't help it much. The best case scenario is for opening weekend of Shamshera is rupees 34.50 crores, and this would be a poor result. The cinema halls have already started show reductions on Saturday, and by Monday, the showcasing of Shamshera will be half its opening day, which is definitely a reason to worry and introspect for the banner. The multiplexes aside, even single screens are not faring well. In fact, the single screen biz is lower than Samrat Prithviraj, which was also a dud from the producers. Shamshera is headed for lifetime in range of rupees 50 to 55 crores, and this range would be the best case scenario for the film. So I think Alia's, has not spelt, luck for this man, or vice versa.
Yeah, so Karthik has a good one-liner for this. Someone perfectly called it Shamshera.
Alia has produced her first film, Darlings, through her banner Eternal Sunshine Productions in collaboration with Shah Rukh's Red Chillies. Now here, Himani, one thing I also noticed is that Red Chillies is making a lot of other films on OTT platforms. So that's how I think Shah Rukh Khan is surviving. SRK praised her little one, Alia Bhatt, for sharing the responsibility of co-producing their upcoming film, Darlings. He says he is anxious and will be biting his nails till the release of the film. Now, what is she? She's co-producing it. Oh, now, I think she must be flying around because she has all the ads also. Heard
So he
Modi ji
must be
ordered.
he must be biting his nails, for the rest of his life, because he has a lot of upcoming films like Patan, and imagine that he must be imagining that if the state of films like Shamshera is like this, and so what will be the state of his film? So he'll be biting his nails continuously from now on.
Zoya says, heard Modi ji ordered all of baby penguin projects, while he was at his post during these past 2 years to be audited. Is that true? Wonderful if that happens. High time this guy comes under the radar. Yes, there is something very happening there in that end, Zoya. Welcome, Devi.
Welcome, Devi.
The Telugu industry has been in the drugs mess for a long time. Literally, the who's who of the industry is involved. Samir sir is needed there to expose everything. Boycott darlings, please. Vidya, yes, Meenaji, you're right. They never used to ask such questions on, Coffee with Karan. They never saw either. Yes. Boycott darlings, yes. Welcome, Joshi.
Right.
Long time since we saw you, Joshi. Recently saw pictures of Pooja Hegde in very skimpy clothes and wrist poses. No wonder she is going places now. In fact, she was in an ad with Big B also.
Yeah, see, Meera, one very interesting fact about Pooja Hegde is initially she acted with Hrithik Roshan in Mohenjo-daro, and that was a very big flop. And she didn't make it in Bollywood, and then further she went to the Telugu film industry, and she had back-to-back hits with people like Allu Arjun and Junior NTR, and that's how she, became a very big hit in Telugu film industry. And now she also had some degree of success in Tamil film industry, I must say, with people like Vijay. And now she's, carefully using that kind of success to, sort of influence the Bollywood stars and get projects from them. So she is a very clever, lady, and she's a very opportunistic lady, I would say, and she knows how to make money and survive in this horrible industry.
Yeah. So Joshi says, of course, it's our duty and responsibility to boycott Bollywood. Tiger Shroff, I even heard something that he was born a transgender and had a sex change surgery for the same. Ram Gopal Verma alleged that in the past. Vidya, what's with the swearing these days? It's so odd, ruining our culture. Yes, every other word is a FUC. Yeah. I was born, brought up in UK, but I still find it odd to watch Indian movies where they swear so much. Vidya, you would notice that in OTT platforms, it's like a must to have filthy words, sex scenes, violence. So only if you have this criteria, will OTT platforms accept your movies. It's like a contract. KJ was also found saying in one interview of an upcoming actress that infidelity should not be the reason for divorce. He's openly promoting polygamy and open marriages in Bollywood. Now, another thing that you notice is this guy is quite crazy, and he was saying that he did not like the way his daughter dresses and that she has a weird sense of style, fashion style. I think the girl must be how old? Must be around 3 or 4 or 5. And he's talking about her fashion style. And what is he as a father doing? Can't he control his style? Of course, he dresses more weirdly. So then I think she must be following on his, shoes. This is all fashion talk. Ma'am and Jaydev, the psychology is curated and shown to the public, and they have a PR team as well. The psyche of other hardworking and real people is not even considered.
Yes.
Very, very well said, Shreya sir. This is typical Las Vegas mafia mentality. They even make games out of it. It's very distressing. So let me just read out what Shreya sir said once more. The psychology is curated and shown to the public, and they have a PR team. The psyche of the other hardworking and real people is not even considered. This is typical Las Vegas mafia mentality. They even make games of it. It's very distressing. Very well said. Metal, Bollywood IMHO, and chai coffee shows are soft power. They normalize trends that are not reflective of our value systems by talking casually about such topics. Youth follow these celebs
Yes.
and ape their behavior. Karthik says, Tejo has no moral right to talk about marriage. A man who will never marry a woman. How can he even advise? Ma'am saw somewhere on Twitter that Uddhav is planning to murder Eknath Shinde. Not sure about this. Oh, that's something very shocking. They think this is being free and being modern. Fake feminism in wrong way. They learn from Bollywood. Yes, absolutely. I heard news she's done something in the SSR case, making it silent. This is who? I'm not too sure. Just want to copy the best and stupid addictions of those. Even there was druggy and other dirty habits. I won't say much as the sanity of the channel is paramount. Now here, Shreyasa, see, we'd love to discuss things with you if you want to ever come out. That's not a problem. Now, see, we are watching a certain serial, which is a Spanish serial, which is dubbed in English. I don't know, Jade, if you have the name for it, where, a girl is gang raped when she's under the influence of drugs. Someone has forced some drugs on her, and how she's gang
Album.
raped by Alba. Yeah. So I would like you friends to see it if you can. It's Alba. It's a series, very beautifully taken, very brilliantly taken, and it's about the same thing that's happening in Bollywood. So if you can see it, it's like
It's
very
on
gripping.
Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. They're very gripping, and exactly how they gang rape innocent girls, and use them against their will, and then how the mafia works to silence them. How does Rakhi Sawant travel so?
Because she's in the good books of Salman Khan.
They are taking the youth away from our culture of the sincerity and sanctity of the institution of marriage. What I find here very strange is that Salman Khan has no problem to show his body and show us how tough he is, and he talks and snubs people all over. The moment this guy got killed, this singer, and he's been threatened, now he's running around like a headless chicken. He went to the police for gun, to protect himself, the license of, to have a gun to protect himself. So why is this big man who's not scared of anybody suddenly scared? Joshi, what are the updates on SSR case? I think you need to see it because we are in the midst of it, Joshi. Refreshing to see a few others now besides Meena Juhi, who has been the only one to raise her concerns, is finally speaking about SI. Please keep us updated, Metal, about it. Gaurav sir even said that there is an internal fight in NCP itself, and a couple of MPs may jump the ship, which is very good, Karthik. Man would love Candid Meena to do a show about drugs in the South industry. Yes, there are quite a few people. I've done it, Devi, with regards to Kerala, where some models died because of that. So we would definitely do it. I don't coffee with Kiran always. How can someone talk
Karan.
about that? Yeah, it's okay. It's a spelling mistake. Talk about drugs, sex, but is he not bored? My God, in every session. And on top of that, Joshi, if you're just relaxing and having your tea, he's there right in front of you in an ad, now promoting coffee biscuits. What a pain, God. You can't tolerate him and that Alia's witch-like laughter. She really sounds like a witch when she laughs, with her pointed nose, and her, sarcasm. The truth is, Joshi, see, everybody in India has a certain accent when they speak English. And they are making fun of a South Indian accent. Ranveer Singh and this Alia in Karan Johar's show. Who are they? Are they Cambridge educated themselves? She has not even passed, I think, second standard, I'm sure. I don't know what what she would have passed, and what Ranveer would have done. Today he's saying that he was he worked in an advertising agency as a copywriter, Ranveer Singh. And he's saying that he got some awards. Hope he did not appear nude there as well. We don't know, for which he would have got an award. Someone perfectly called it Shamshera. Yes. Thanks, Martin, for always supporting us. Chandrika. Friends, do press the like button if you feel the show is interesting for you. Trade experts say they lost more than 100 crores. Boycott Bollywood is working. Yes. What is worse than one Ranveer Kapoor? To
You're talking about Ranveer Kapoor or Ranveer Singh, Karthik?
I think he's talking about Shamshera.
Okay.
Yeah. Deepika is Panuti, Medusa of Bollywood. Well said. 1025 also seems a huge amount of for gouge. So much social service could be done with that money. They will come online, metal. Yes, I feel even 10 crores is an exaggeration. Started just to save YRF's face. This is
Must be
great
10
news. Now,
rupees.
now Aditya Chopra will start talking about the Kapoors. The few people who have watched Shamshera have said he was horrible in the film. Boycott is going on full swing. Biting his nails, he's so over the top of on screen and off screen. A gift from the public to Alia and Ranveer for their marriage. Absolutely. Alia is really the little one. She hasn't grown up at all, even at the age of 30. There are lots of memes going around about Ranveer Singh stripped because he has no movies being offered to him.
Yes.
Yes, many projects. It's happening with Shinde Fadnavis investigating it. Anita, yes, that's true, Zoya. Hello, ma'am. Yesterday I got to know that both you, mother and son, duo, really amazing. Always watch your videos from last 1 year. Thank you for the real news and congratulations to you both. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Vijay.
Is SRK anxious? Where is our Bollywood astrologer who told SSR was anxious, told he will commit suicide? Will he
Which
now?
astrologer was that? The name?
In fact, Joshi, yeah. In fact, Joshi, there's another piece of news that's hitting the media, and that is Mahesh Bhatt saying that all the Bollywood actresses believe in black magic. Okay, and they practice it to keep themselves safe. Now, my question is it the Bollywood actresses who indulge in it, or is it you who spread the black cat philosophy? You were the one who told Ria to tell SSR that the house that they were living in was haunted, and thus moved them to the other house where he could be easily eliminated. Such a
and one more very interesting thing, which is normal, is that among these existing top Bollywood, the so-called top or nepotistic Bollywood stars and actresses, there's a lot of enmity and jealousy between each of them, because if one's film does remarkably well, there are people, the others resort to things like black magic to sort of make affect their competitors, sort of. So black magic is practiced a lot by these stars.
Shrikar says, Samir Wankare is now in Tamil Nadu. Look at the custom seizures occurring there. South Tamil Nadu is important from national security viewpoint. Also the fact, Shrikar, that Tamil Nadu has the most corrupt politicians. You can imagine the kind of money they have. All of these people were involved in scams and they're living free lives. So don't forget, he has been given a plum posting for certain reasons by our Prime Minister.
So we do hope Annamalai, gets popularity in Tamil Nadu, and one day he comes to power as CM.
Yeah, he is already gaining ground. Yes. Coffee with Karan is trying to be sanskari suddenly. They're talking about being devotees and doing puja. How do these heroines get energy even on pregnancy days to apply makeup and attend parties, to be seen everywhere, shooting? Or it could be the other way, G. the child would be in somebody else's womb,
Surrogacy.
and here, yeah, no, I'm saying it as a joke, and she would be tying a pillow around her, tummy. Yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah, so she is with Salman Khan too. I don't know who you're referring to. Is it Pooja Hegde? So yeah, Pooja Hegde is acting with Salman Khan in Kabhi Diwali. So yeah, yes, Karthik Iyer. So, but she is a very um, she knows how to survive in this horrible film industry, and she has very opportunistic, and she knows how to navigate her way through the different film industries and come out.
In fact, here, Karthik, I just want to mention that there's another actress in Kerala who is the daughter of actress Menaka, who actually dresses exactly like Pooja Hegde. And she is equally popular in Telugu films. She was the one who played Savitri's role, in a film there. And I find her dressing exactly, makeup, everything, even dancing and everything like Pooja Hegde. I don't understand why they need two Pooja Hegdes in Telugu films. Yeah, back to you, Jadid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on to the next piece of news. On the second day of ED's questioning, National Herald case, Sonia Gandhi's Congress workers set things on fire again. When Rahul Gandhi was called by the ED, Congress workers had similarly turned violent and sparked mayhem throughout Delhi. On July 26, Congress chief Sonia Gandhi was called by ED for questioning for the second time. Congress workers and leaders across the country held protests against the central government, claiming they were using the central investigation agencies to scare the opposition leaders. Just like the first hearing that took place on 21st, the Congress workers protested against the central government and set things on fire. In Nagpur, Congress workers set a car on fire. A news agency ANI published photographs of a burnt car. And said Congress party workers in Nagpur protest against the questioning of the party's interim president, Sonia Gandhi, by the ED. Now, friends, you remember when Modi was questioned by SIT in Gujarat for 8 to 9 hours, he went on his own. He answered all the questions. He didn't have a satyagraha supporting him, though he was the chief minister in Gujarat. So when you are being questioned on scams, behave decently and go there. Satyagraha means peaceful protest, not burning cars. Yeah, back to you, Jared.
It's Kirti Suresh,
Yeah,
the lady who looks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So coming to the next piece of news is with regards to Mr. Kicha Sudeep, and he compares the failure of Bollywood films to Virat Kohli's being out of form, and he, as you know, that he's very close to Salman Khan, and he remarked that a lot of films didn't make it this year, and not every film that does well, especially the Hindi film industry. And if the Hindi film industry wasn't doing great films, if it didn't have great people, how would you sustain for so many years? He said. So there are good times for everything, and he said that it's a matter of time. It's like Virat Kohli's being out of the form for a while. Are you going to take away his records? It doesn't work that way. Every industry is standing by its potential. And citing Vikrant Rona as an example, the actor said the film shows how collaborations work with, like Salman Khan presenting the movie and Jacqueline Fernandez starring in it. So apparently, he has acted in a film with Jacqueline Fernandez, Kicha Sudhi, and of course with the blessings of Salman Khan. So apparently, Kicha Sudeep, being a South Indian film star, is very hands in glove with the Bollywood mafia.
Yeah. In fact, the latest news is that Balasaheb Thackeray's daughter-in-law, Smita Thackeray, met with Eknath Shinde today. Now, what is brewing, we don't know. And also, there's a question by Tom and Jerry. Man, request you to bring Gaurav back. I'm sure he has something big to share, as he's been posting messages on his FB. Yes, he was not well. He was having a terrible cough, and he said he'll join us as soon as he's better. When they say they are pregnant, read it as surrogate is pregnant. That's why they're active in partying. Anyone who is in sports, acting, business, and politics are by nature opportunistic. I'm talking about Karina and now Aliyah. Yes. It holds true for all. Yes. Ma'am, concern alert. Matter of concern, girls students committing suicide in Tamil Nadu. Students must develop a positive attitude. Tamil, yeah, Himani, this is such a shame. First of all, this man is so corrupt. M.K. Stalin. He doesn't care two hoots if even 100 girls commit suicide. He's on an anti-Hindu drive. And see, I don't know whether you guys would have seen A.R. Rahman's latest song video on chess and these chess champions. You won't believe it. This guy walks in as if he's the Maharaja, M.K. Stalin, and Rahman is escorting him and smiling at him, and he, wearing this topi, looks so artificial. He looks like, one of those old Tamil film, mythological heroes, coming, and all he didn't have was what you call all those knives and sharp swords for a sword fight. But he looked everything like a fossilized man, and someone that Rahman is, sort of wooing. So this is a video that you should watch just to see how silly this M.K. Stalin is. No, he's not going to do anything. Neither will the woman of Minister of Women and Child do a thing for these young girls. They don't want Hindus in Chennai. That's what is their stand.
And M.K. Stalin's son is acting in almost all the Tamil films.
Yeah.
And also producing a lot of big budget Tamil films.
Yeah. Srikat says real feminism and women empowerment has only occurred in Sanatana Dharma. Yes. As simple as that. 33% of verses in Rig Vedas are composed by Rishikas. Yes. Well said. Himani. A 17-year-old 12 government school girl found dead in hostel. Yes. Again, another first-year student of B Pharma hurls herself. There's something really weird happening, Himani. These are not. These are like the deaths that are happening in Bollywood, where the television actresses are actually killed and made to look like suicides. So there is someone very, very someone doing it. In fact, a young boy, his father was sent a message that his head would be chopped off, and they did that today. So I don't know what's happening. There is some sort of a mission to build disharmony in India. So that could be the reason. His daughter is 5, wrong on so many levels to even talk about her dressing choices. Look at his ridiculous dressing style. If she's dressing weird according to him, that's a good thing, no? Yeah, that's society talk, Metal. Sure, ma'am. I've done my thesis on micro expression. It's a deception and lie detection part of human psychology. It would be an honor to come and talk about this, ma'am. See, you have you have already my email ID. Do communicate with me, Shreyastha, and we will arrange something. Heard on UT's interview with Raut on Samna that his back issue was so serious, and since then he knew that his rebels were plotting against him. Meera, nobody will plot against you had you been a good chief minister. You had enough time to prove yourself.
That is very, Meera, that was very funny that Uddhav Thackeray is being interviewed by Sanjay Raut, of all people. So that would have been a bigger comedy show than Kapil Sharma.
In fact, there's a cartoon where, Uddhav Thackeray, is hitting the ball, cricket ball, in the living room, and it's just gone a few steps away from his feet. And Sanjay Raut says, sixer, sixer, That's what's happening to them now. Oh my gosh, so true. They're earning from everywhere. Every ad, OTT, YouTube, reality show, judges, yes. Sangeeta. Playing the sympathy card is UT, yes. Karan tried hard to uplift Alia's image, but was not successful. In fact, it made her look like a fool. Her laughter was, so painful. You can get a migraine with that.
She talks like a teenage girl,
Yeah.
even now.
Kindly don't give any importance to these cinestars or what they speak. It leads to diversion from real Sanatan, Yan, and general knowledge. See, we talk about it in news, Shrikant. We can't change it. We talk about things that are happening. And Sanatana Dharma is very important for us. I'm a Shiva Bhakt. I'm very spiritually inclined. But there are things in society that are changing all these concepts. And I'm not saying that, see, we are the ones to warn you what to do and what not to do, but we try to make you aware of what's happening. Shrikar, you may be on the right path. There are many parents who do not know what is happening in society. And I'm talking about not
Many
only drugs.
youngsters.
Yeah, I'm not only talking about drugs. I'm talking about everything from betting, going to IPL, everything is spoiling our youth. So please do not think all this is trivial. Thank you, Savarna. I used to like Smriti Iran, but after SSR have lost faith in all except Modi ji. Smriti Irani just has the Rahul defeat to her credit. What sent the alert was when a woman like Priyanka Chaturvedi sided Smriti Irani. I knew on which side Smriti is also on. Meera, Bollywood astrologer is Mahesh Bhatt. There is nothing called as black magic. It's a tool to destroy careers. This has been going on for years. I remember very well, very long back, one of Kangana's ex said, she performs black magic and is crazy. Boycott Bollywood. Alia Heard was 7th paid. Now there's a huge word fight between Sara and Janvi fans. It was evident that Karan was favoring Janvi for no reason. They killed one brilliant soul. I don't know how he believed today and her family to enter into his house and projects. Great insight from you, ma'am, regarding Samir marketing. Yes. Even fashion influences are the same. No one is noticing the role of RN Ravi. DGP said this on Telegram channel. Metal says they highlight the clown RS like an outsider, making it to the top. But technically, he's not an outsider. He's Sonam's second cousin, and his grandmother was an actor in the 40s. Chand Burke, isn't it? Chand Burke, yeah. Payal Rohatgi also accepted that she performed black magic to achieve success. Such activities are quite prominent in Gutterwood. Welcome later. Yes. Ilayaraja took the oath in Tamil and promised on God in ours. This has rattled many in Tamil Nadu. Yes, Kirti Suresh. Veena, I wouldn't say, because see, I was just watching her film yesterday. It's a sort of a middle class story based on a middle class house. I don't think she can act very well. She's there because she's another Nepo kid. And she's the daughter of Menaka, who was a well-known actress in Kerala. Jaidev, all the big budget films in Tamil are produced by Silent Sun, including the recent movies of Rajnikant. That's why I have no respect for Rajnikant. Yes. Yes, Kirti Suresh. Yes. Look at trailer of Darling. So much violence, so much of conspiracy and violence is required. I honestly don't know how Pooja Hegde got the role with Hrithik Roshan when she was still new to Bollywood. Bollywood is not open to new actors unless they are Nepo kids. Okay. So let us go on to the next piece of news here.
Yeah. So coming to the next piece of news is with regards to Lal Singh Chadda, and it is Amir Khan's film, as you know. And KRK reveals Naga Chaitanya is regretting being a part of Amir Khan's film and blames the blames Amir Khan for his split with Samantha Prabhu, and so Kamal Khan has been mean with his comments on movies like Amir Khan's Lal Singh Chadda, and Amir Khan is making a comeback, as you know, and Naga Chaitanya thanked Amir Khan for giving him the film. And Superstar also met Nagarjuna and his mom at their Hyderabad residence, and they had dinner. And it seems, you know, so this is what is happened, and KRK is sort of, as he always keeps shuttling his opinions to and fro. Sometimes he speaks for Bollywood, sometimes he criticizes Bollywood, and seems to at one point of time he also supported the SSRians, and now and as far as Naga Chaitanya is concerned, why would Amir Khan give Naga Chaitanya a role just like that? So there has to be something behind this move, obviously. So what's your take on that?
Yeah, there seems to be something wrong because, a couple who were quite happy suddenly separating. That did make, a lot of noise, and people wondered why. And Amir Khan is so sly, so sly. He will do anything to anyone. He's not bothered. Yeah, Deve. Lost all respect for Sudeep. Ma'am just came back from office and immediately logged onto your show, sending you so much love and adoration. Mapasana, thank you so much. Catherine Nelia, they're all the same. Good evening, Shri Ganesh. Sarah, ma'am, when is Saffron this Saturday? South is no exception, yes. Can we also talk about how Tapsi Pannu's movie and flopped massively? Yes, we will do that in a day or two. I feel the only way to boycott Bollywood is someone should create a new film industry that brings back moralistic, humorous, and hope-centric movies. Yes.
Yes, Karthik.
A.R. Rahman is another guy I've lost all respect for. Look at him and look at the stature of Ilayaraja, sir. Yes. What is your opinion about Sadhguru? No, I don't believe in him. Because when the last thing he said was he congratulated some actor's wife for not having children, and said he would give her a prize or a gift if she didn't have children. Just trying to recall which actor. And that became news. So what is he trying to say, that Indians should not have children? He said that the earth is as it is very heavy with the population. So why doesn't he tell that to a certain section of people who procreate without looking at numbers? He won't do that. So there rests my matter.
There was a Maulana song also in one of his celebrations, in Sadhguruji's celebration. Yeah. So that is also very unusual, and it raises certain questions about Sadhguruji.
Sonia Gandhi was questioned for 6 hours on Tuesday in the round 2 of a questioning in the National Herald case. The Congress continued its protest. Yes. MK Stalin's wig itself cost 5 lakhs. Ranveer is a real pathetic actress, can't act for nuts. No expressions. Sri Devi was such a brilliant actress. Yeah, they've all big budget films in Tamil.
Yeah, we have taken this.
Talents, yes. I think he's just repeated that. Are the suicide cases in Tamil Nadu due to forced conversions? I think there's something connected with that. Even there's something fishy about TV actress Pratyusha Banerjee's suicide. Yes, we did a story on that. Shri, not only Janvi, it's true for Sarah and Anya. No one knows acting at all. Just fooling around with interviews and creating hype. In fact, in one of the shows where you have Vijay, the actor, and Ananya Pandey. Ananya comes in a gown which hardly covers anything, and she's trying desperately to put it together. And what I found very very amusing was that Vijay, the actor, didn't know how to behave because he doesn't see such scenes every day in South India. So he and because he came in chappals, someone was making fun of him. That also, you know.
Ranveer Singh.
So yeah, Ranveer Singh was making fun of that as well. Shamshera is a flop. Also, Ranveer Singh is so much insecure that he tried that horrible photo shoot. Exactly. Sanjay should be more rattled because now that MB is dead, he's up for grabs by ED and he's dispensable now. Thackeray's will not support him for their own skin. So true. So much loss of talent because of these useless Nepo kids. Smriti wants Amethi because of Modi wave. She had no standing in BJP before that. Even now, you'll see what is happening is her case. Why is she dragging Rahul Gandhi and Amethi in that? You solve your case. If you are at fault, solve it. If you are not at fault, fight it in court. For everything, she will drag the fact that she made him lose in Amethi. Then why doesn't she go and defeat him in Wayanad? She should do that. That should be the next move. Jan Janvi has fans. Divine justice will happen for sure. Black magic does exist. I never believed it in the past, but I was a victim of it years ago and realized how it is. Zara, in fact, when you see our talks with Mayur, you'll know that it is very, very much on, especially in parts of South India. And it can be very, very harmful for the people who are targeted as well as the people who target them. Mr. Ravi is the governor of TN for a very special reason. He is in regular touch with Annamalai, I heard. Heard that Shahnaz has another Bollywood film. How to protect ourselves from this black magic? It is only through your belief, spiritual belief in whichever God you pray to.
Yeah, believe in God and believe in yourself.
Believe, there are certain mantras, it forms a kavacha, like a barrier for you and protects you from this. There are many in YouTube which protect you. So please learn these mantras. There are mantras that protect you from enemies. If you say that, if you hear that every morning, you don't have to worry about anything. RS got his first break under Yashraj as his father sponsored it. Why so much favoritism towards Shahnaz? Some films are not meant to be remakes. Forrest Gump is one such. Yes. Amir is a womanizer and is known to break marriages. And I'm sure this is what he has done there. Watching from Auckland, New Zealand. Hi, Madonna. Madonna, I was in Auckland sometime back, many years back, when I actually got my citizenship there. And, I wasn't very happy there because I felt it was too far away from India. And I came back to India because my mother was alone and worked in Dubai, which is very close. So it's only a 2.5-hour flight from there. So, but Auckland is a beautiful place. And I think New Zealand is one of the most picturesque places in the world. Thank you for joining us.
But the only thing is, you feel very cut out from the rest of the world. When you are in places like New Zealand, it's so secluded in the map. It's towards the far end, and so they're trying every mode to secure it.
Yeah. Ramchar, yes, exactly. Ramcharan's wife. Sadhguru was speaking about her. She also completed her work. That's why so much of favoritism to Shahnaz. Yes. I don't understand Sadhguru's Safe Soil program. What is the relation of writing? Here again, Zara, this is more of I feel. This is a program run by the Soros group. They want to fill panic in you to say that, see, the climate is going to kill you or the soil is going to kill you. They're not bothered about saving the actual people. If you're really worried, stop this trafficking, child trafficking and women trafficking. That is the biggest thing that's happening. Adrenochrome problem. All these things are there. Drug trade, aren't these the things that should be the focus? Soil will remain where it is. Let them not worry about it. I miss the movie. Yes, I miss the movie times of Golmaal and great cartoonists like Lakshman. In fact, there are lots of movies like Golmaal which I too enjoyed. Shreya's so humorous and so light. Well said. Well said about it, Sadhguru. I get a lot of bashing on Twitter for that. I'll get in touch with you. Well, welcome, ma'am. So this is for everybody. If you're specialized in some field and you like to talk about it, do connect with us, and we'll discuss how we can, have you on our channel. Yes, that's Ram Charan's wife. Chiranjeevi's son's wife, yes. Ranveer's new pictures came on the same day to steal Ranveer's limelight for Shamshera. This is a planned PR, I sense, inside rivalry and jealousy for audience attention, no matter how close they act to be. Minaji, it's because Smriti is the best one to play the victim card. Even she may have been surprised by a Methi win. Next, she may play the Pasi card also. Yeah, but let her now go and play the Wayanad card. I have been telling some things I got to know about Tanmay Bhatt, who's a good friend of my sister. The things he said about the Kapoors, Amitabh Bachchan, and sorts is so filthy. Perhaps, you can talk to us, the people, and you could tell us, if you feel like. You're welcome. We can listen and see how it can be for our viewers without naming the people concerned. Hanuman Charisa, yes, it forms a kavach. I felt like a fool forever watching and supporting them. Yes, Mabasa. Mayur says a lot on black magic and mantras already. Please check the earlier episodes. Yes. Okay, thanks, Karthik. We'll check the episodes regarding the mantras. Listen to Narasimha Stotra guards, one against any harm. Starts like Ugram, Veeram, Mahavishnu. It's very powerful, yes. Those who've seen the Lord of the Rings film will love the land of the Kiwis, yes. Bindu, our golden boy, Gulshan soul at work. This is just the beginning. We will witness karma boomeranging with double the force towards each and every wild creature who troubled him. I could never bring myself to believe Sadhguru. Can't wrap my head around his wife's death or samadhi or influence samadhi with a small girl, child of Bareilly, 3 years old, dependent on her. Yes, that is something we cannot also. All the movies of Hrishikesh Mukherjee and Basu Chatterjee, one watch will reduce your BP. Yes, ma'am, I feel safe on this platform and I'll definitely tell everything here. Okay, fine. So let's move on to the next piece, Jaydev.
Yeah, so this is with regards to the Richard Gere, kissing incident with Shilpa Shetty. And apparently, if you go back in 2007, there was a charity event in Delhi, and it saw Richard Gere, kissing Shilpa Shetty, and so after that, Shetty, acting through her lawyer Prasant Patil, has sought the dismissal of a plea challenging the January order of Ballard Pier, Mumbai Magistrate Court, discharging her from an obscenity case resulting from the incident. And in April, the Alwar Rajasthan police had approached the Sessions Court against the magistrate's order and stated in its plea that the magistrate had erred in discharging Shilpa, that her act in kissing or allowing to be kissed in a public place amounted to obscenity. The police had contended if the court examines the FIR, it would find that a prima facie case is made out against the actress. In her reply, Shilpa Shetty noted that she was a victim of malicious proceedings and harassment at the hands of the complainant, and that she was an artist and had always acted responsibly in public. She also alleged that the complainant was approaching the court for cheap publicity. The complainant, who had approached the Alwar police in 2007, had contended that Shilpa did not protest while being kissed by the Hollywood star Richard Gere. Shilpa countered this charge by stating in her plea that it did not make her a conspirator or perpetrator of any crime. So Shilpa Shetty is back in the news again for all the wrong reasons.
Yes, absolutely. One interesting fact, every politician's family has one member in the ruling and one in the opposition party to get favors from both parties at all the times. Yes. Priyanka, Candid Meena, congrats for your second
Thanks,
year.
Priyanka.
So sweet of you, yeah. Zora, finally I got you on live chat. Always watch the recorded version. I live in Canada, Calgary, but I don't miss your show. Thank you so much, Zara, for joining us. All stars are one family. It's good news. Shamshera is a big flop, and friends, with this we call it, a close to the session. Thank you so much for writing in and being a part of this channel. And anybody, like I said, who's interested and who's got information that they'd like to share, which is based on facts, please do come, and we will give you a platform for you to talk about. Wishing Candid Media Channel many more years of celebration and success. The one channel I'm
Thank
totally
you,
in love
Jeevan.
with. And I suggest, thank you so much, G. Ma'am, this is completely off topic, but please watch the documentary called What is Women? What is a Woman? Okay, I will do that. I'll note it down. Thank you, and good night, friends, from Jaydev and me. See you tomorrow. Good night. Same time.
Good night.